I would like someone to explain to me why it is impossible for people involved in computer programming and software development, or whatever the hell it is, to leave things alone. They are constantly, perpetually faffing and tweaking and fiddling and playing with the product that should have been released and let go, I don't know, years ago. If a chef behaved like these people are behaving, then during your meal at a restaurant, he would be rearranging the peas, he would be taking the steak off of your plate, cooking it slightly differently and putting it back on the plate, and changing the arrangement of the vegetables to the point where you would, if you were feeling charitable, leave the restaurant, and if you were feeling less charitable, you'd punch him in the face and tell him to get away from your meal. This is what software, I don't know how to describe these people without swearing. I'm going to go for now with software morons. Okay? That's what the problem is with these people. They won't leave it alone. So every single time I use my computer, some moron has messed with it and improved it. No, you haven't improved it. I don't understand why the principle that applies to all physical products hasn't yet seeped into the seemingly moronic software industry, which can't leave things alone. Oh, here you are, sir. Here's your product. Oh, no, hang on. No. I've got to take it back. Okay then. Take it back a moment. Fine. Oh, okay. Can I use it now? Yes, sir, you can use the product. There you go, sir. Oh, no. I have to change it in some way. And this, if you bought a product like that, you might give the person, if they really pleaded with you, the opportunity to fix one, maybe two things that were wrong with it. Not 1,000. Now, you might argue, oh, well, they're not fixing things that are wrong with it, they're improving it. I don't care. I don't care how bad it is. I would prefer bad software that didn't move around while I'm trying to use it to software that some moron is trying to play with all the time. I can make do with something that doesn't work perfectly. I can make it work the way I want it to. I can get around the problems with it. What I don't want is some well-meaning fruitcake faffing with my tools every 2 seconds. That's what it seems like to me. I've used this analogy before. If I bought a set of tools and I had them, in fact, if I have a set of tools and I have them arranged as I want them, even if some of them aren't perfect, the last thing on this planet I want is for ownership apparently to be out of my hands and for some third party or first party, the person who sold it to me or produced it, coming into my environment and messing with it or messing with them if there's numerous tools. I don't want that. Nobody wants it. How has this truth not gotten into the heads of software developers? When did this happen? As far as I can see, it was about 20 years ago that the decision was made, it doesn't matter that people won't like it, we'll do it anyway. Which defeats the customer is alright principle. It also is defeating the if it ain't broke, don't fix it principle. And I'm sure that it's all done under the auspices of continuous improvement, which is a manufacturing principle that has specific applications in that industry. That's all done though in-house before you release your product. You don't imagine if car manufacturers behave this way. For a car manufacturer to issue a recall on a product because there's a specific problem with it, it's the very last thing they ever want to do. It happens now and then, but it's only in extreme circumstances. But no, when it comes to software, screw the user, because apparently software developers are above the user. So in every other industry on the planet, whatever you produce, whether it's a service or a product, the customer is to be treated as though they take possession of a working product and they keep hold of it, and we stay out of their way. We leave the product in their hands. But no, apparently in the software industry, that doesn't matter. When you release a product, you can just take it back again. There you are, sir. No, you aren't, sir. There you are, sir. No. Who can live like that? Who can work like that? Who can work with tools that some fool is messing with all the time? Nobody. Nobody likes these ridiculous, stupid updates all the time with Microsoft. And no one likes it when a website that they've been using for a long time suddenly has all new nonsense all over it. Why can't this message get through to software developers at large? I am absolutely certain that they sit down and have meetings, and there is a point where someone says, I don't think it's a good idea that we keep messing with the software. At which point I'm sure everyone, all these software developers, look at that person as if they've just said, I would like to give everyone bubonic plague. And they say, what the hell are you talking about? We get to decide what the user has, not the user. And that guy is excommunicated and thrown out of the office. And he was right. And the rest of these moronic software developers sit there going, ha ha, how can we ruin software today? That's what's going on. And it's because this is the thing, because they have the ability to do it and the ability to get away with it, they think they should. But that's not how things work. There are rules, there are social customs, there is etiquette, even in industry, and certainly between software developer and user, and product and service producer and provider and customer. These rules exist for a reason, and it's to stop this nonsense. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Google can steal all the users' information and deprive them of their privacy, but it shouldn't. But no one's stopping them. There's no market force in place to stop them doing it. Facebook doing the same thing. These people are out of control. No one's doing anything about it. If this was a business and you were watching your stock go out the door through theft, you wouldn't say, oh well, never mind, because your business would be crippled. There are serious problems in the way that software development and other things are handled. It really does need to be fixed. I don't know what else to do but to make whinging videos about it. I have tried to contact people in the industry to try and make a point about this. I'll keep trying, but for now this is all I got. I know there's a problem. I'm not the only one.